As Garrison, Abuja, Muhammad Abdel Kadir, NTA News.
Many thanks, Mohammed. Now, the Federation Account Allocation Committee, FAC, has approved the distribution of 611.7 billion naira to the 3 tiers of government as funds for the month of August. Chairman of the committee and Minister of State for Finance, Bashir Yuguda, disclosed that the amount is 42.8 billion naira lower than what was distributed as collection for the month of July. Let's get all the details now with Leah Katumba Batunde.
Gross revenue generated in the month of August was 601.648 billion naira, representing a decline of 28.677 billion naira against the previous month, though the month recorded a boost in non-oil revenue. The downward trend in the generation of revenue was largely attributed to shutdowns of truck lines and pipelines at various terminals. The Minister of State for Finance, Bashir Yuguda, however, says the distributed amount was boosted by a 10 billion naira refund by the NNPC.
Target additional 75 billion naira coming into government coffers through taxation. So far, it has been increased by 40 billion. So all agencies of government, we are working hard to make sure that we are all tax compliant.
The Finance Commissioners Forum believes concerted efforts have to be made in addressing the steady decline in the nation's revenue.
We should plan on the basis of reality. There is need equally to consider diversification, because now that we rely so much on oil, we have seen the dwindling fortune.
59 billion naira was distributed as value-added tax in the month of August, 3.796 billion naira lower than what was shared in July. 611.708 billion naira was the total amount shared, with 35.549 billion naira representing Shopee funds. Excess crude account now stands at $4.1 billion. In Abuja, Leah Katumba Batunde, NTA News.
Still on financial news, African Development Bank ADB has granted Nigeria a $1 million aid to assist the country further contain the Ebola virus disease. Coordinating Minister of the Economy and Minister of Finance, Ngozo Konji-Iweala, disclosed this at the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding in Abuja. Correspondent Amina Nujem has details.
The minister said the money will go a long way in complementing efforts already on ground in checking the spread of the virus. Stressing that Nigeria assisted Sierra Leone, Guinea and Liberia with 3.5 million.
I do apologize for the poor audio quality on that report. We'll take a break now. Network News resume in a moment.
From the jangling discords of our nation into a beautiful symphony of brotherhood.
Change is never easy. It was not easy for Dr. Martin Luther King when Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew transformed Singapore from third world to first world. It was not easy. They stoned him. It was not easy for Nelson Mandela.
I, Barack Hussein Obama.
It was not easy for Barack Obama. Nothing worthwhile ever is. Dr. Martin Luther King did it. Prime Minister Lee Kuan Yew did it. Nelson Mandela did it. Barack Obama did it. Goodluck Jonathan is doing it. He is transforming Nigeria. Mr. President, keep doing it. We who are with you are so many more than those who are against you. A message from protectors of Nigerian posterity.
With excitement on the Airtel Android bundle. To activate, dial *437# for 2 gigabytes at 2,000 naira, or *438# for 4.5 gigabytes at 3,500 naira. Come alive with the Airtel Android bundle.
These are the best breed of global leadership. After them stands in crowning glory a visionary and dynamic apostle of the gospel of their virtues. Like Martin Luther King and Nnamdi Azikiwe, he is gifted with the power of oratory.
Education must be free, so that the children of the parents of the poor can go to school.
Like Obafemi Awolowo, he is the grand commander of free education. Like Ahmadu Bello, he is the symbol of unity.
We therefore, as Nigerians, cannot overlook the urgency of now to move this nation forward.
Like Nelson Mandela, he is the true emancipator of the people. Like Mother Teresa and Aminu Kano, he is a lover and true friend of the poor. Like Otumego Ojukwu, he is courage personified. And like Kwame Nkrumah, he is a detribalized Pan-Africanist.
Owele Rocha Sokorocha, save our generation. Even the children say so.
To join this call, visit our website on Generation Roches USA at www.generationroches.com.
Federal Ministry of Works, in conjunction with the Federal Roads Maintenance Agency, FEMA, is assiduously driving the federal government transformation agenda in the roads sector. Several arterial federal roads have been constructed and rehabilitated, while many others are undergoing dualization, amongst which are Kano Maiduguri Road, Sokoto Tambuwal, Abuja Lokoja Benin Expressway, Vom Manchok, Loko Oweto Road, Benin Ore Shagamu Lagos Expressway, Lagos Ibadan Road, Ibadan Ilorin, Abakaliki Mpo Ogoja Junction Road, Aba Owerri Road, Enugu Port Harcourt Dual Carriageway. It is strategically replacing damaged grid guardrails with reinforced concrete and new Jersey rails, as well as illuminating critical sections of selected federal roads and bridges. And over 7,000 young men and women in the SURE-P FEMA Public Works Program, FEMA, is poised to ensure quicker, cheaper, and safer road transportation. Federal Ministry of Works and FEMA, moving Nigerians on good roads.
Want your bathroom to dazzle? Give your toilet the hypo treatment to brighten and also kill germs, so your bathroom stays disinfected and squeaky clean.
One peace, one love.
We are progressive, friends of Nigeria. We are friends, not south, east or west. We go unite, no matter the language. We are the same, Nigeria go better. Peace go day, progress go day, Nigeria. Now we country, better leader, yes sir. Now better friend, good luck Jonathan, now you better. PFF, good governance, great nation, friends of good luck Jonathan, friends of Nigeria. Abroad we come, abroad we come.
Afe Babalola University, Ado-Ekiti, Abua, the fastest growing university in Africa, pacesetter in quality, transformatory and functional education, announces its annual scholarship awards for 2014-2015 academic session. Indigent student seeking university admission with a minimum of 6 distinctions in SSCE or NECO. 2. Abroad undergraduates who meet the criteria listed in the website. Number 3. An incentive of 50% reduction in tuition fee in addition to other financial assistance for students who choose to study agriculture in Abroad. 4. Varieties of financial assistance contained in the website are available for current or potential Abroad lecturers undergoing postgraduate courses. Other monetary awards are stated in Abroad website www.abroad.edu.ng. Abroad, a vision in motion.
Call my phone, always here when I'm never home. It's crystal clear and reliable. Other networks can't deliver what we deliver. We the best in the whole country.
Share the joy of a seamless connection. Visafone, your passport to reach the world.
Notice is hereby given of the 66th meeting of the National Executive Committee meeting of the People's Democratic Party, PDP, as follows. Date, Thursday, 18th September 2014. Venue, PDP National Secretariat, Plot 1970, Michael Okpara Street, Wuse Zone 5, Abuja. Time, 12 noon. Olisa Metu, National Publicity Secretary, Announcer.
The former Speaker, House of Representatives, Dimeji Bankole, has advised all leaders of the PDP in Ogun State to sheath their swords to enable the party succeed in the 2015 election. He gave the advice while addressing party leaders. Lekon Agbonde has details.
The Speaker is currently crisscrossing all the local government areas of the state, trying to reconcile and unite all the factions of the party in the state towards the re-election bid of President Goodluck Jonathan. Mr. Dimeji Bankole had visited and met with party leaders in Abeokuta, Ogun Waterside, and Imekwa for local government areas. He told the party faithful that it was time for them to forget their differences and close ranks to stand a chance of winning back the state. According to him, President Goodluck Jonathan had transformed the country, and Ogun State is missing out because it is not playing in the mainstream politics.
Making sure we mend the fences of our members, agree, inside and outside this party. Make sure that we give the opposition party a good run for their money in 2015.
Some leaders spoke and assured him of their support towards ensuring unity in the party.
This executive committee put in place in Ogun State today will not at any time take side.
The reconciliation drive of the former speaker continues. In Abeokuta, Lekon Agbonde, NTA News.
Still on politics, about over 7,000 voluntary organizations under the auspices of Goodluck support groups have asked President Goodluck Jonathan to come out and contest the 2015 presidential election to consolidate on his achievements in office. This was during a rally and national summit by the group at the Eagle Square, Abuja. Correspondent Abdullahi Garba reports.
They stayed for over 5 hours in the rain in the spirit of what they have conviction for, the need for Goodluck Jonathan to contest and come back as president in 2015. National Coordinator Goodluck Support Group and Presidential Advisor Political, Professor Rupai Ahmad Al-Kali, presented a communique on behalf of more than 8,000 registered groups. He thereafter handed over the resolutions to the Secretary to the Governor of the Federation for onward submission to the President.
That are united in defending the legacy of this government. And they are committed to supporting Mr. President to succeed.
Chairman of the occasion, former PDP chairman Dr. Ahmadu Ali, and other speakers commended the unity of purpose of the groups, which they say is an indication of their support to the re-election of Goodluck Jonathan for his achievements.
As party elders have to show faith to thank them for the support they are giving the party. Goodluck Jonathan and Sambo ticket, by the grace of God, is guaranteed in 2015. Nigerians are beginning to realize that if this man was not distracted, he would have overperformed.
Some members of the Goodluck support groups promised to continue to pursue their goals at the grassroots until the re-election of President Goodluck Jonathan.
We are using this medium to beg the wife, Mama Peace, she is, to beg the husband to please help us beg the husband to come out so that we can start our job. Every Nigerian who loves good governance, who loves eradication of poverty, who loves sustainable development.
Because of the transformation agenda he has been doing, we have seen it and we have been seeing it. And
in Abuja, Abdullahi Garba NTA News.
Meanwhile, the people of Orashi region, comprising 4 council areas of Abua, Odual, Ahoda East, Ahoda West, and Ogba Egbemandun in Rivers State, have appealed to President Goodluck Jonathan to contest the 2015 general election. They made a declaration during a rally for President Jonathan at Ahoda Temporary Stadium, Ahoda East local government area. Sonny Ubu reports.
PDP stakeholders from the 4 local government areas of Rivers State attracted thousands of party faithful, party chieftains, former and serving national and state lawmakers who unanimously urged President Jonathan to contest the 2015 general election. Chairman, Voice of Orashi Region, and member of Federal Civil Service Commission, Hope Ikiriko, said Orashi people are behind Mr. President because of his pragmatic style of leadership, which has enhanced the living standards of Nigerians. Also, a former PDP Deputy National Chairman and former Deputy Speaker, House of Representative Chibudom Nwuche, described President Jonathan as a proactive and listening leader.
I think his achievements are being under-publicized. If Nigerians know, he wouldn't need to seek a mandate to give him an automatic ticket for the party. I urge him, on your behalf, to declare for second term.
In Ahoda, River State, Sonny Ubo, NTA News.
We'll now cross over to Akwa Ibom State, where the leadership of the People's Democratic Party, PDP Akwa Ibom State chapter, has been commended for sustaining democratic principles in line with the visions of the founding fathers of the party. A one-time National Publicity Secretary of the PDP, Mr. Benjamin Okoko, made the commendation in Uyo while declaring his intention to run for the governor's seat in the 2015 general election. Marianne Vincent Oko has details.
Mr. Benjamin Okoko, a founding member of the People's Democratic Party PDP, who was accompanied by his supporters to the party secretariat in Uyo, said he is impressed with efforts of the state exco at maintaining the ideals of the PDP in Akwa Ibom State. He said his visit is a deliberate move to officially declare his interest to contest the 2015 governorship election in Akwa Ibom State.
For me, as a party man, I have come today. I seek your support to the next governor of Akwa Ibom State. I pray that God will give the party the grace and the love to appreciate the labor of our heroes past.
The Director General Ben Okoko Campaign Group, Restoration 2015, and former Deputy Governor of Akwa Ibom State, Obon Chris Ekpenyong, acknowledged the unifying role of the state chairman of the party and described Benjamin Okoko as one who has the qualities to consolidate on the achievements of Governor Godswill Akpabio. Responding, Akwa Ibom State Chairman of the People's Democratic Party, Obon Paul Ekpo, appreciated Mr. Okoko and his team for the confidence reposed in the party and assured of a transparent process ahead of the forthcoming election.
We want to let you know that the doors of this party are suddenly open.
The visit is the first in the series of consultations with stakeholders earmarked by the group. In Uyo, Marianne Vincent Oko, NTA News.
The ongoing reforms in the water policy will continue to enhance the provision of irrigation and potable water to Nigerians. This follows the federal government's construction of 37 dams across the country to provide water for dry season farming. The Minister of Water Resources, Mrs. Sarah Ochekwe, disclosed this at this year's ministerial platform of the ministry. Musa Baba Aliyu has more.
The minister further stated that the national water policy, which is being reviewed with the support of development partners, will continue to develop water management and sanitation in the country. Mrs. Sarah Ochekwe said in addition to the construction of 37 dams, the ministry under the transformation agenda of the federal government has provided irrigatable land for dry season cultivation, thereby boosting food production.
Some of the interventions that we have done since 2010 amounts to a total of 4,940 water supply facilities, ranging from mini rural water supply schemes to urban water supply schemes. Out of this, 4,099 were newly constructed. These are completed in the rural areas.
Minister of Information Mr. Labaran Maku appealed to Nigerians to continue to safeguard government projects in their domain. He said the government will continue to provide security and social amenities to the people.
Both in terms of power generation, in terms of water for agriculture, water for industrial purposes, water for human consumption, we are taking giant leaps in delivering water to the people of Nigeria under this administration.
The development partners such as the World Bank, EU and JICA have commended the federal government over the successes recorded in the development of water and sanitation and pledged their continued support to that effect. In Abuja, Musa Baba Aliyu, NTA News.
The National Youth Service Corps says it is establishing programs that will help inculcate professional discipline among corps members during their service year. The Director General of the scheme, Brigadier General Babalola Olaumi, announced this in Lokoja at the opening of a national conference for the Legal Directorate and Youth Corps lawyers in the country. Femi Okeo brings us that report.
Although the NYSC takes responsibility for the grooming of all the nation's fresh graduates, irrespective of their area of discipline, its link with the nation's justice sector has always been seen as crucial in view of the service it provides for indigent persons who go through trials in Nigeria. Apart from having legal departments in its offices across the 36 states of the Federation, Youth Corps lawyers form the bulk of legal practitioners who provide free legal service in the nation's prison decongestion program. The Lokoja conference was therefore to deepen the contributions of the Corps in this area. But Director General of the Corps said such professional relevance was being contemplated for graduates in other professions too during their service year.
The decision by management to establish the core legal aid scheme has not been misplaced, judging from the laudable achievements that have been recorded in the past.
The most effective way to ensure access to justice is by having a legal aid scheme.
Our young core lawyers have done very well. The group is engaged in periodic visits to prisons in the state for the purpose of offering legal services.
Which is why seminars such as this is needed to further strengthen the core in this legal service it provides for Nigeria. In Lokoja, Femi Okeowo, NTA News.
5 days after the unfortunate incidents of the collapsed building belonging to the Synagogue Church of All Nations, search and rescue operations are ongoing. Amechi reports that officials of the Standard Organization of Nigeria visited the church to take samples of the affected building to ascertain the quality of the materials used.
As of today, 131 people have been rescued alive, while 60 others have been confirmed dead. A 45-year-old woman was said to have walked out of the rubble at 2 a.m. today on her own.
She only had a wrist wounded, something like fracture on her wrist.
Investigations into the collapsed building continues, with officials of the Standards Organization of Nigeria taking samples of the building materials used.
We cannot here at the site now say this is what has led to it. It is a combination of factors, a combination of the type of materials that were used, a combination of the skills of those who built the structure, a combination of the initial design of the structure, a combination of the type of tests, the analysis carried out on the soil before this. So all these have to be put together before an informed judgment is taken.
Meanwhile, the leadership of the church insists that it was an attack on the church. This is evident in the closed-circuit television showing an aircraft hovering around the affected building about 4 times before it collapsed on Friday. As part of efforts to ensure effective search and rescue operations, police sniffer dogs have been deployed to the affected building to detect more bodies. In Lagos, Amechi Pius, NTA News.
The National Agency for Food and Drugs Administration and Control, NAFDAC, has advised the Nigerian public against patronizing unregistered hand sanitizers without manufacture and expiry dates. Director General of the agency, Paul Ohi, states this at the press briefing in Lagos. Annie Daniels has details.
The Director General of NAFDAC, Dr. Paul Ohi, at this press briefing described as worrisome the importation of expired hand sanitizers by some unscrupulous Nigerian businessmen. Dr. Ohi disclosed that so far the agency has 104 brands of sanitizers that were illegally imported into the country without NAFDAC certification.
As a competent and responsible agency, NAFDAC has put in place a screening procedure to fast-track the evaluation of all the imported hand sanitizers using the TrueScan and laboratory analysis.
In a related development, the agency says it recently detected the sale of unevaluated and untested rapid response Ebola virus test kits.
The suspect was traced to his hideout in a hotel and was arrested while trying to sell the products to an officer.
Dr. He also described as dangerous the pronouncements by some medical and pharmaceutical professors to have a cure for the deadly Ebola virus, stressing that no cure has been found for the disease. In Lagos, Annie Daniels, NTA News.
For the sweetest scent, for the highest flight, for the fastest drive, form follows function. The world's first curved OLED TV. Picture perfect. It's all possible. LG OLED TV.
Auntie!
Hello, my dear. I see you went shopping with your mom, right? And what did you buy?
Power oil. It has 0 cholesterol and 0 trans fats, and contains vitamin A and natural vitamin E. It's a healthy oil for a healthy family.
I'll buy Power Oil next time I go shopping, huh?
Power Oil, healthy for you.
Introducing the great tasting new Mini Me Chin Chin, rich in yummy ingredients like milk, butter, and wheat.
Mini Me, crunchy. Mini Me, tasty.
Playful, cheerful, joyful, very big. Break the boredom with the unique taste of Mini Me Chin Chin.
My Mini Me, yeah.
Chivita Active Fruit Juice, unique quality blend of 6 citrus fruit juices with added vitamin C. It's the perfect choice of refreshment for an active lifestyle. Want an answer? Chivita Active. Be active. Do more. Get more out of life.
House of Chi.
The Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, ASCON, announces a 3-day workshop on Financial Regulations and Fiscal Responsibility Act. The workshop is designed for senior members of staff ministries, department agencies on grade level 7 and above, especially accountants, auditors, finance officers, stock verifiers, budget officers, planning officers, procurement officers, administrative officers, and other officers whose duties involve financial control and accountability. Date, Monday 20th to Wednesday 22nd of October 2014. Venue, the Administrative Staff College of Nigeria, ASCON, Topo Badagry. Fee, 75,000 naira per participant. For further inquiry, please contact GA Afolayan on 0803 318 2344 and MF Lawson on 0703 490 5536. Announcer, Director General, ASCON.
Love is the greatest of all virtues. The Holy Bible and the Holy Quran tell us so. Love is not boastful. Love is humble, cool under pressure. Love is hope for the next generation. Love is the north, east, west, and south living in unity. Love is progress despite adversity. It makes the impossible possible. Love is a secure nation with prosperity for all. Love is transformation. We need more love. Good luck, Abele Jonathan. Driven by love for God and country. Mr. President, we appreciate you. We who are with you are so many more than those who are against you. A message from protectors of Nigerian posterity.
Security and Exchange Commission to raise capital market contribution to gross domestic product. This and more on Business News with Ede Hago.
Welcome to Business News. The Securities and Exchange Commission says it is determined to raise the capital market contribution to the GDP from its current level to be at par with international markets. The DG of SEC, Aroma Oti, disclosed this at the third quarterly meeting of the Capital Market Committee. But the stockbroker, Godwin Ekweme, while commending the efforts of the Commission, is however worried that a lot still needs to be done in terms of having blue-chip companies participate in the Nigerian market.
Major players in our economy that are not listed in the Nigerian capital market. This has also made the contribution of the capital market to GDP to a little below 20%, whereas in other countries are having like 100, 120, even 150%. So to that extent, I think the SEC is in the right direction to see how they can deepen our market and ensure that the capital market takes the rightful place in the contribution to our gross domestic product.
He also called for aggressive penetration of the market through awareness creation.
I think what SEC should do is to take it further to the grassroots. Like what you have with the banks as just a subsector, of the economy. They've gone so deep that even my mother in the village knows what banking is all about.
That's it on Business News. I am Ede Ago. The news continues shortly.
Many thanks, Ede. The authorities of the Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, says lightning has damaged one of the 4 transformers at the Apo Power Substation, Abuja. The Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer of the company, Mr. Mark Cash, while announcing the damage, says many areas in Abuja will be affected.
The one that in particular that was hit by lightning this afternoon was a 60 MVA transformer. With significant damage, the control building at the site was damaged as well, and we could not gain access immediately, and we're doing that overnight. So in terms of the areas that affected, we're still doing an assessment on that, but we believe that the Villa, the airport area, Garki 2, and related areas will be affected. We're doing everything we can. We got the situation in hand, and you can be assured that we're going to restore power to the consumers of Abuja just as quickly as we can.
He added that the team of engineers, after assessing the extent of damage, would determine how soon power would be restored in those areas. Industrial unions of the Nigerian National Petroleum Corporation, NNPC, are yet to settle with the management of the corporation on some issues that led the workers to embark on a nationwide strike. Correspondent Kenneth Nanim has an update on the strike action.
The staff of an NPC are yet to be allowed access into their offices to continue with the day's operations, an indication that the strike which they embarked yesterday continues today. Effort made to speak with the union leaders was not successful.
Failure of the NNPC workers' unions to reach an agreement with the management of the corporation on issues which they are in disagreement with, especially the abrupt withdrawal by National Pension Commission (PENCOM), the license given to them to run an internal pension fund management company for its workers, is allegedly one of the reasons for the continuation of the strike. Unlike yesterday, Monday, when the impending strike created panic buying among motorists, however, a visit to some filling stations in the capital city this Tuesday shows normal activities at filling stations.
Yesterday night, I saw the queue from Bega to Central area. I just know say NNPC want to go on strike.
Whether NNPC or whatever, strike is not good for the country.
Motorists appeal to the relevant authorities to intervene in the matter to forestall any situation of fuel scarcity in the country. In Abuja, Kenneth Nanim, NTA News.
The Center of Excellence in Environmental Restoration is to be established in Ogoniland before the end of 2014 to train and provide competencies and support services required by stakeholders in the protection, preservation and restoration of impacted environments. Petroleum Minister Mrs. Desani Alison Madueke gave this indication at a workshop aimed at giving impetus to the implementation of the UNEP report on the environmental restoration of Ogoniland. Energy correspondent Hawa Saliu Adama reports.
It is 3 years after the United Nations Environmental Programme UNEP report on Ogoniland was presented, and the establishment of the Hydrocarbon Pollution Restoration Project, HYPREP, mandated to restore all communities impacted by hydrocarbon contamination in Nigeria, with specific reference to the implementation of the UNEP report on Ogoniland. Some of the transition phase objectives and emergency measures as recommended by the report have to an extent been achieved, but critical areas as envisioned by federal government, the Minister of Petroleum Resources, Desani Alison Madueke, believes are still pending.
Could have had it a little earlier. But now that we are all together, we must speak honestly and transparently and move forward in a very aggressive manner. We will clearly create a major steering committee, and we will phase the restoration process in such a manner that people will actually see and feel what is happening. And critical to this will be actual training and capacity building of Ogoni youths themselves, which we want to see started this year.
This new direction, which government promises will adopt more creative and all-inclusive measures, is supported by stakeholders like the Minister of Environment, Laurentia Laraba.
Another milestone aimed at restoring hope to our people.
If the President has now finally, and the Petroleum Minister has finally yielded to our call, please, I want to tell the Ogoni people to behave.
Recommendations expected from the forum include a structure other than HIPREP, which will handle funds disbursed for the entire restoration process. In Abuja, Hawa Salihu Adama, NTA News.
African Development Bank has granted Nigeria a $1 million aid to assist the country further contain the Ebola virus disease. Coordinating Minister of the Economy and Minister of Finance Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala disclosed this at the signing of the Memorandum of Understanding in Abuja. We now take that report by correspondent Amina Nujay.
The minister said the money will go a long way in complementing efforts already on ground in checking the spread of the virus. She said the federal government was proactive in tackling the Ebola virus threat, stressing that Nigeria assisted Sierra Leone, Guinea and Liberia with $3.5 million in support of the fight against the virus.
We have also been helping them with training of personnel in the case of a couple of the countries.
Country representative Africa Development Bank Usman Dure said the grant was approved to assist Nigeria technically. Similarly, the World Health Organization has committed to support the gesture, saying Ebola was an international problem.
Try to reaffirm the commitment to remain in the spirit of African solidarity. It's not a national issue, it's not a sub-regional issue, it's an international matter that requires an international effort.
Available statistics confirms 19 cases of Ebola in Nigeria. Of the number, 15 in Lagos State, 4 in Rivers, and 7 deaths have been recorded. The fatality rate based on the data is 40%. In Abuja, Amina Nujain, NTA News.
A report from the defunct National Conference has been described as a veritable working document that should be injected into Nigeria's development plan as a guide for functional development of the people and for better economy in the future. Now, this is the view of discussants on the special NTA News Current Affairs program, Moment of Thought, which features Ambassador Yusuf Umama, who was a delegate to the conference, and Dr. Okwesili Ezenwodo, former national chairman of People's Democratic Party and former governor Enugu State.
I think the effort towards articulating a framework for multi-sectoral harmony and interventions and setting the agenda along those lines, like we talked about agriculture, solid minerals, are all way forward, particularly in wealth creation and wealth generation and wealth management.
It is beginning to pinch every Nigerian now that we cannot sustain our economy on a mono economy. Many governments before the government of Goodluck Jonathan have talked about diversification of the economy, but we haven't seen it diversified yet. But now, I believe that it has come home to roost, that this cannot go on further than this.
Details of that program will come your way at 10 o'clock tonight, right after the network news. All NTA stations are to remain with the network service for the program. Up ahead, a bit on the foreign scene and some sports. Don't go away.
The journey of a lifetime is the focus of NTA Tuesday Live this week. Hajj 2014, where are we now? It's going to be incisive, informative, and educative. Don't be told. Join us.
Transformation ambassadors of Nigeria.
My good people of Nigeria, does anybody use mirror to look at what they have at hand? No! Good luck at the ingredients of life. Automobile industries, full encouragement. Second Niger bridge from mirage to reality. Good luck! Railways, seaports and airports are come back to modern life. Good luck! Or a Benin highway and other federal highways from dead trap to modern spectacle. Good luck! There you are. Petrol and nyaf with control price and so many other etc. Good luck I do. Good luck are going to do. And good luck will be yours. Are you see what I'm saying? Only good luck affects the security challenges of Nigeria with honesty and commitment, fighting terrorism to a halt.
Good luck continue for Nigeria.
This message is brought to you courtesy Transformation Ambassadors of Nigeria. Down for one vision, Nigeria.
chairman and members of the House of Representatives Committee on Electoral Matters cordially invites stakeholders and the general public to a one-day public hearing on a bill for an act to amend the Electoral Act No. 6 of 2010 to ensure a level playing field for all participants in the electoral process and for more transparent process of conducting elections in Nigeria and for other matters connected therewith. Date, Tuesday 19 August 2014. Time, 10 a.m. Venue, Hearing Room 028, 0 floor, House of Representatives, New Wing. Special guest of honor, Right Honorable Aminu was CFR, Speaker of the House of Representatives. To submit written memoranda, obtain copies of the bill, or for further inquiries, contact the committee secretariat at Committee Room 14, first floor, White House, National Assembly Complex, Abuja, or call the committee clerk, Agada Rawlings, on 0805-771-6603. Signed, Honorable Jerry Manwe, Chairman, House of Representatives Committee on Electoral Matters. This event is supported by Policy and Legal Advocacy Center, PLAC, and the British Department for International Development.
The Executive Governor of Sokoto State, His Excellency Dr. Aliyu Magatakar Dawamoko, Sarkin Yamma Sokoto, on behalf of the government and the good people of Sokoto State, welcomes former Head of State, General Muhammadu Buhari, GCFR, to Sokoto State for a two-day official engagement. General Buhari will perform the commissioning of the multi-million naira orthopedic hospital Wamoko, one of the 5-kilometer township roads at Binjit, Gabas Lodge, Baletul, Shehu Malemi and Egen Road projects, as well as the distribution of ambulances to the 230 primary healthcare centers across the state. Date, Thursday 18 and Friday 19 September 2014. Time 10 a.m. General, welcome to Sokoto, the seat of the Caliphate. Ahmad Aliyu Sokoto, Chairman Committee for the Commissioning of Government Projects, announcer.
Bragging is not President Goodluck Jonathan's style, so you'd hardly hear him brag about all the great things he is doing for Nigeria. He wouldn't tell you he's the first president to privatize power, to give us a constant supply of electricity and economic prosperity. Soon your electricity will be like your mobile phones, 24 hours, 7 days a week. He won't brag about security, new roads, new rail, or new airports, eliminating corruption in agriculture and saving $25 billion per year, mass housing projects, or that our economy is growing at the fastest rate in the world. He wouldn't brag about any of it because he knows there's a lot more to be done. Mr. President, right on. We that are with you are so many more than those who are against you. A message from protectors of Nigerian posterity.
Sierra Leone optimistic of a robust tourism industry if Ebola is tackled, as Belgian scientists claim blocking tumor metastasis. Now these and other stories with Talatu Ezurike and Global Tidbits.
Reports say the Sierra Leone government is committed to the fight against the Ebola outbreak that is crippling the economy, especially its growing tourism industry. Stay in Africa, more troops deployed to the Central African Republic for reinforcement as the United Nations took over the peacekeeping mission previously run by the African Union. From Belgium, scientists claim to have found a way to inhibit the cancer tumors in mice, potentially opening a new avenue of treatment for breast and skin cancer. On the Middle East, Israeli passengers on the 3rd by travel warning for Western Europe over the potential threat from Islamic militants returning to the region from Syria and Iraq. And a magnitude 5.6 earthquake shook eastern Japan, including the capital Tokyo, but there are no reports of serious damage. That is all on Global Tidbits. Talat Ezurike, NTA News.
In our sports package, 2 Nigerian players picked Player of the Week awards in Netherlands and Denmark. And Sports Minister Tamida Nagogo challenges sports administrators on grassroots sports development. Let's join Fisa Ogunfoyi for these and more.
Little-known Nigerian striker Abiola Dauda has been named the Player of the Week in the Dutch Eredivisie after scoring a hat-trick in his side Vitesse Arnhem's 3-1 win over Excelsior. Dauda, who moved to the Netherlands this season after impressing in the colours of Serbian giants Red Star Belgrade, says he is determined to help his new side climb up the Eredivisie league table.
I'm really happy that I could score 3 today and get the 3 points for the team.
Another hat-trick hero is Denmark-based Sylvester Igbon, who was the man of the match in a keenly contested game between his side Midtjylland and OB Odense. Igbon, who is currently second on the scorers log in Denmark, says his table-topping team will take the games one at a time.
first hat-trick of my career. I mean, I couldn't say anything. A fantastic group from different positions.
Sports Minister and Chairman National Sports Commission Tamid Anagogo says sports administrators must roll up their sleeves and focus on grassroots sports to ensure massive talent discovery and also initiate collaboration with the private sector to move sports forward in the country. The minister made these remarks during the inauguration ceremony of the Board of Handball Federation of Nigeria.
Now that you have resolved all your differences, to make sure you are able to gather everybody to put all their hands on deck to ensure that we fast-track the development of handball in Nigeria.
Members of the newly inaugurated board said stakeholders in the game have decided to sheath their swords to ensure the development of the game in Nigeria. With Sports News Update, Fisayo Ogunfuyi, NTA News. It's been a wet day in Abuja, but here is a look at the weather picture in some major Nigerian cities as well as other countries around the world. As we conclude network news, we leave you with this message. It is your right to challenge anybody suspected to be involved in unwholesome activities around you. Be security conscious. A message from the Directorate of State Security. And that's network news for tonight. Thank you for watching. Stay and watch Moment of Thought coming right ahead. Good night.